954. Te korero whakapono, ko te reo irirangi o te hahi, karaiti whare karakia.
Kia ora, koto katoa. Welcome to INCRadio New Zealand Satellite Studio, and I'm Sister Fairmore Chosen from the local congregation of Wellington. And we are live from the land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa, New Zealand. Today, we are so stoked to be with you tonight for the pilot episode of the new and improved INC Radio New Zealand Satellite Studio. From now on, we will feature more of the beauty of Aotearoa and the many different activities that our brethren enjoy here in our district. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are in New Zealand. Let me introduce my co-host, Sister Aisha Tanyag. Hello, sister.
Hello, Sister Fairmore. That's right. We're so excited for our village for tonight. And I'm Sister Asha Tanya from the local congregation of Hot Valley. And I want to greet all our viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Alongside our rebranding, You Are in New Zealand, is our brand new segment called Captured by You, which will feature photos around Aotearoa taken by the brethren in our district. So stay tuned and watch out for that. But let us not forget, of course, our topic for tonight, travel light, travel right. We'll talk about tips on how you can maximize your trip by minimizing your luggage for your next.
That's right, sister. And we'd love to hear from our viewers and listeners as well. So please type in your comments and answers on the YouTube live chat to the following questions. So here are the questions. Number one, what are your top 5 essentials when packing for a trip? Number 2, have you ever had an experience when you overpacked and you had a hard time because of it? I have my own experience, but I'll share that with you later. Right now, we'll pause for a break and we'll be right back.
Inaakay ang mga kapatid sa tapat na paglilingkod sa Panginoon Diyos. Pinangungunahan ang Iglesia sa katampatang pagsamba, pananalangin, at matatag na pagkakaisa.
Inalalakas ang loob ng mga kapatid sa gitna ng pagsubok at ng mga kahirapan.
Hinihimok ang mga kaanib na mamuhay ng nararapat sa paningin ng Diyos.
Pinauunlad ang buhay espiritual ng mga kapatid.
Nalalakas ang loob ng mga kapatid kahit sa gitna ng pagsubok at kahirapan.
Leader sa bayan ng Diyos at tanglaw sa ating paglalakbay.
Inaalay ang buong buhay upang ang Iglesia ay alagaan, gabayan at mahalin.
Ang kanyang pangunguna bilang tagapamahalang pangkalahatan ay dakilang biyaya at pag-ibig ng Panginoong Diyos sa kanyang bayan.
Pananalangin, pagmamahal, pagpapasakop, at lubos na pakikipagkaisa sa pagbibigay kasiyahan sa ating Panginoong Diyos. Ang tanging maitutumbas po namin sa walang kaparurang paggawa ng kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo.
Purihin po ang Panginoong Diyos sa 15 taon ng matagumpay, punong-puno ng pagmamahal na pamamahala ng kapatid na Eduardo Manalo sa Iglesia.
Tēnei te reo irirangi, INC Radio DZEM 954. Te korero whakapono, ko te reo irirangi o te hahi, karaiti whare karakia.
Welcome back, and you're still watching INC Radio New Zealand Satellite Studio. This is still Sister Aisha, and with me tonight is Sister Fairmore Chosen. And before we start with our topic for tonight, let's squeeze in a quick weekly forecast here in Aotearoa. But I have the weekly forecast for the Wellington region, Sister Fairmore. We're both from the Wellington region, by the way. And And it's looking rainy and sunny for the first 2 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, Sister Fayamore. The sun is shining. We have northerlies developing. So that means it's not too cold because that's northerlies. But come Friday and Saturday and the weekend, it's going to be raining again.
So I think you can squeeze in a bit of laundry time like midweek, because here in Wellington in particular, it's always raining and then sunny and then raining again. So most of the time, if you want to do your laundry right, you have to be prepared, or you have to have like a space inside your flat or your apartment where you have plenty of sunshine and you can just like hang your clothes there.
That's right, Sister Famer. And also, because it's officially spring here in New Zealand, I think it's important for us to share the pollen forecast, especially for our brethren
who have allergies.
Yeah, pollen allergies. There will be pine pollen in the air, and it will affect many people. So very large pollen range from water means it's only significant locally. And
yeah, that's right, Sister Aisha. It's actually technically spring. You're right, because September just rolled in just a couple of days ago. But it still feels like winter because it is quite cold. They said that there is like this polar air coming in from from Antarctica coming on to New Zealand for like the rest of the week. So you can still bundle up, brethren. Like bundle up meaning there's a lot of layers that you have to wear. Anyway, going now to our topic. Traveling is one of life's greatest joys, but overpacking and lugging around heavy bags can quickly turn that joy into stress. So, whether you're a seasoned traveler or embarking on your first big trip, the key to a smooth journey lies in packing smart and keeping things light. I'm a bit guilty about this because every time that I would travel, half of my luggage would be a lot of pasalubong. So that's Filipino for goodies or presents or gifts that you're going to give to your friends or family who are waiting for you in your place of destination. So I bring along like a lot of chocolates from New Zealand or other foodstuffs for my friends. So Sister Aisha, can you share with us some of your tips, traveling tips on traveling light?
Yes, Sister Fairmore. I can tell that I don't think I'm a well-seasoned traveler because we don't travel a lot. But based on experience from having to travel with one kid and now to having to travel with three kids, I quite learned my lesson on not to overpack our luggage. And I can tell you that last time we did a short trip to the South Island, I was able to pack all our stuff in one big luggage and two carry-on luggage, of course, plus the buggies and car seats, which is essential and non-negotiable. We have to bring those big items. But yes, and one of the tip that I can give to our viewers and listeners is to really plan your trip around when you're going to do your laundry so you don't have to bring a lot of clothes, especially
if you have kids.
Yes, of course.
By the way, a buggy in New Zealand is a stroller.
Yes.
Because our viewers might not know what a buggy is.
Thanks for that, Sister Fayamore. Yeah. So we call it a buggy. So a stroller. I have a double stroller.
Yes, because you have adorable twins.
And we have to bring 3 car seats. So we have to pack that.
Oh my, that's a lot.
Yes.
but
yeah, by not overpacking the clothes and other stuff that we need to bring, it didn't feel too stressful. So yes, first tip, plan your laundry. And when you book for accommodation, just check if they have laundry services available so you can work around that.
Yes. Other tips for traveling light would be wear your heaviest items on travel days. So it means that you can pile on your coat, your boots and jeans should be on you and not on your bag. So especially, but don't forget, because in the airport, you have to go through security. So you have to take off your boots sometimes. No, it's a necessary protocol to take off your boots and your coats and other items that are on you, and for example belts as well. And if you're traveling for business and you have your laptop with you, you have to take them out of the bag and have them screened. But it depends also on what airport you're going into, because there are some airports that actually allow laptops to just be inside the bag. You don't have to take them out, but it also depends on where you are. Also, if your trip involves specialized gear like hiking boots, snorkeling equipment, or even winter coats, you might consider renting or borrowing the items at your destination. But sometimes I think some people are quite finicky. They want to use their own thing, and that's all right if they want to use your own thing. But like for example, in New Zealand, there's an item that you have to take off. Like if you are traveling with hiking gear or snorkeling gear, there you have to declare these items, especially if you're going through biosecurity, because otherwise you will pay a fine if you don't declare these items. Also, look for products that serve multiple purposes, like a shampoo and body wash combo. Sometimes these are already in solid form, so you don't have to worry about them spilling onto your bag and ruining your clothes. Or if you want them in liquid form, you can put them in Ziploc bags, just to be sure that they don't spill in your clothes because of the air pressure, or like when you pack too much and because of that pressure, it just spills in your bag. So to save on this hassle, just to make sure that you have Ziploc bags, or use the solid versions.
Yes, that's a really good tip, Sister Favor. Now, we have a special video from one of our brethren here in the local congregation of Wellington, from Sister Trixie and Vicente. She's also one of our multimedia crew. So let's hear her out. Let's watch this.
Hey brothers and sisters, today I'll be sharing to you my top 5 travel essentials that you absolutely need for your next trip. Whether it would be a tropical getaway or a weekend city break, these items will help you to keep organized and ready for anything. So let's dive right in. First on our list would be the skincare and bath essentials. It is important that we pack our favorite moisturizer, cleanser, body wash, and also sunscreen. It is important that we keep fresh and clean no matter where we go. And for our second essential, we have makeup. So if you were like me, I like to keep it simple. I always bring with me foundation powder, lip and cheek tint, and also blush. And for you to freshen up and always be camera ready. Next up is chargers. Alam naman natin kung gaano ka-importante ng ating mga devices kapag tayo ay nasa labas or nagta-travel. Kaya naman dapat i-make sure natin that we have our phone chargers or laptop chargers or your camera chargers or any other cables for your electronics, and make sure that you have your portable power bank. Fourth in our list would be extra clothes. So I always recommend to pack an extra pair of socks, lightweight jacket, or sweaters for those unexpected weather changes, because layering is the key for staying comfortable throughout your trip. And finally, we can forget our personal identity cards or IDs. Always ensure that you have your passport or any required identification handy. It is also smart to have a photocopy of your required documents in a separate location in case of loss. And that's it. Those are my 5 travel essentials for your next adventure. Ikaw, anong travel essentials mo?
Thank you so much, Sister Trixie, for your travel essentials and your little tips for our viewers here on INC Radio New Zealand. Sister Aisha, I think what she said about the chargers, I think it's also essential if you check before you even travel what kind of plug that they actually use in your destination. Because here in New Zealand, we have that different kind of plug. I would like to call it like a smiley because it has like that, and then there's a little thing. You can check it out. But yeah, so to save you money and time, make sure that you know what plug that you are going to use when you go to your destination, or just buy that universal plug that you can just like manipulate and it changes, and it's easier for you to use.
Yes, that's right. So yes, for sure we can still squeeze Sister Trixie's essentials to make it lighter. It's already lighter. We can make it lighter by using, like for example, her makeup essentials could be double purposes, like lip tint, cheek tint, eyeshadow.
Or say using just a lipstick that you can. I saw a hack the other day. You can use your lipstick for the lips, for your cheeks, and for your eyes, like as an eyeshadow, which is life-changing, right? So you don't have to bring in a lot of stuff. Also, don't forget your sunscreen, whether you're going to the beach or just walking, because the sun is just it's just harsh.
Very strong, yeah.
It's very strong because of climate change. And some areas here in New Zealand, the ozone layer is really, really thin, or sometimes it's not there. Because according to some study that they did before, the ozone layer in New Zealand is actually very thin because of the methane gas emissions from cows. Check that out. That's a fun scientific fact. Also, instead of packing bulky clothing, depends on where you're going, opt for thin, warm layers that can be combined to provide the necessary warmth. So you can pack in layers without feeling really, really heavy. There are some materials that you don't need. It's just like wash and wear. You don't need to iron them, and at the same time, they're very breathable.
Yes, and of course, when you're traveling to a place where it's going to be cold, one tip is, instead of bringing lots of bulky clothes, one tip is to do layers of like thin clothes that is like the material that is made from sheepskin.
Yes,
for regulating.
We call that merino here in New Zealand.
Yes, so that material.
Yes, that's very true.
And it's really wild, Mr. Fairmore, because I've tried that when we went to Mount Cook for the
South Island. Wow.
For the glacier experience there.
Oh, the Franz Joseph one. I've never tried it. I want it's on my bucket list.
It's really nice. And it was cold. It was snow everywhere. I was just wearing layers of merino and just one jacket, and I was very warm.
Wow. That's a really good tip. And also, of course, for us members of the Church of Christ, first on our list, on our tip, would be to check where is the house of worship, what are the times, what are the venues, especially if you're going somewhere not in your ecclesiastical district. You have to make sure that you're able to attend church. And so you have to pack worship service clothes.
Yes, that's right. How about let's talk about one of our question for our viewers. It's about an experience when you overpack. And hard time.
Well, okay, so because I travel a lot and I have one luggage, like the check-in one, and I would have like the carry-on one. So there was this one time I had this carry-on one because I was traveling for work, and the lady at the counter said, "Oh, it just has to be 7 kilos." But obviously I can't put them elsewhere because it was equipment. But I had no choice but to choose which which of the items inside the carry-on, which is 7 kilos, this is the one that you put on top of the seat on the plane, which one has to go inside the check-in. Good thing my check-in was not really that heavy, because I make sure when I'm traveling for work that there's enough space in my checked-in luggage for other stuff that my office would need for me to bring. So I had a lot of space there. So I had to chuck in an item from the carry-on to the check-in. I had no choice, but I just had to pray that it doesn't get broken, because usually they would not allow equipment or any valuable item to be in the check-in luggage. But at that moment, I had to do it. But yeah, so make sure to leave some space. Also, another I saw, this is also from the same experience. So I had a colleague, and she was also overweight in terms of the carry-on. So inside her carry-on, she had a little bag, or rather a bag that she can take out and put more items in. So it felt like she had enough space for the carry-on, which is on top of the bulkhead on the plane, and also for another bag to put under the seat in front of her. So that's another tip, to have a lot of bags that you can put all your stuff in, especially if you're very concerned about putting all your essentials like passports, chargers, mobile phones. You have to have like an extra bag that you can put those things in, aside from the carry-on that you put on top of the bulkhead. Because sometimes if you're already on the plane and the plane is already on the air, and it's hard if you're not on the aisle seat and you have to get some stuff overhead. So it's better if you have a little bag that you can put under the seat in front of you, or in that little pocket where the seat is, like behind the seat of the passenger front. Yes. So if you have your little essentials in that, you don't have to like go up and get the stuff from upstairs from the bulkhead, which is very not
inconvenient.
Yeah, it's convenient. Exactly. But I see a lot of travelers, especially the really tall ones, the really tall men, that they can just like stand up and get some stuff from the bulkhead very easily. I'm a really short Asian woman, so that doesn't work. It's really hard. But yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good tip. So bring an extra like foldable bag, in case you need it. Yes. Right. And from my experiences to Furthermore, when I was traveling, when I only had one child, just Anton, and I didn't learn my lesson yet about traveling life. We went on a trip where we had like 2 big luggages and 2 carry-ons each. And for example, we will go for a 5 days trip. I will pack 5 days worth of clothes. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of clothes.
And each person.
For each person, yes.
My goodness, wow. That's really heavy. Like 5 sets of clothes for you, 5 sets of clothes for the husband and the baby.
Yes.
Wow.
And it was so heavy, and also what I learned from that trip was that we were really tired just because of carrying these luggages. And so next trip, I was like, you know what? I can just mix and match the outfit if we want to look different for the next day, so it doesn't look like it's just the same day for pictures' sake. And yeah, do some laundry, because when we were staying in one of the accommodations, they actually had laundry service. So I had to be like, no, you know what, this can work. I don't have to bring all of the clothes for, like, I don't have to bring each set of outfit for each day.
I think that's a really good tip, especially if you're traveling with family and little kids. Because although I know that if you have a little kid, a lot of things happen, like things get spilled and things happen with little kids. But I think parents have to be really flexible in terms of bringing outfits that can be easily washed.
That's right.
Things get spilled like milk or food. Yes, because I have a little nephew, and my sister would bring a lot of things in her bag because she has a little boy who's really really adorable. But yeah, I can relate in that sense, but also because I'm traveling, I can relate in the sense that I'm traveling on my own, and it's really hard to have this big suitcase that's really really heavy, and you have to lug it from one airport to another. Like say the airport in Auckland, if I land at the international airport and then transfer to the domestic airport, that's like 20 minutes worth of walking. And if you have a trolley that you have to push from international to domestic, and there's just this little time that you have to transfer.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so
there's a chance that you might miss your next flight because you have lots of luggage.
Yes. And it's also hard if it's raining. It's hard if it's raining and you have to push this really large trolley just to get from one airport to another. But yeah, I don't know about the experiences of our viewers. Please just type them onto the YouTube live chat, and so you can share with us your travel tips and experiences, and we'll learn a lot from what you have to say, because this is really essential because the borders have opened and people are traveling a lot right now, especially after the pandemic and the lockdowns. Now is the opportunity for people to just like go around and visit places, relatives, families. So this episode is really, really helpful for those who are traveling, not just for work, but for pleasure and also to reconnect with their loved ones.
That's right, Sister Fayamore. And yeah, so instead of just and also, just to point out, Sister Fayamore, because one of Sister Trixie's tip was to bring extra clothes. So when you bring extra clothes, be very intentional because it can be helpful. It could be helpful, but it can also be too much. But if, like for example, I have kids, I do bring extra clothes for layering up. Like for example, if I have one jersey for them each, I will consider bringing a jacket to layer up. But that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will not add another, like for example, oh, this tutu skirt is cute. It'll be cute for photos.
Yeah, especially for kids, you go into the location and it's like, oh wow, this is really cute.
Yeah. Is it practical? Will they feel comfortable, especially if you're traveling? You have to be very intentional on what to bring. Say, especially clothes for kids.
I think also clothes for adults, and you have to be sure that because you make your itinerary, right, and then you work around for sure around the times where you attend the worship service, so you have to bring church clothes, really nice
shoes,
and then shoes, of course, and then you work around that. Like, am I going to the beach, or am I going hiking? Or am I just going to the park? Or am I going to a museum? So you have to plan your clothes for what you're supposed to be doing. And also at the same time, allow for like multi-purpose clothes. Like, oh, maybe this jacket can actually has a hood and that can be tucked in so it doesn't really look too bulky. Because there are jackets like that you already have the hood, but then you can fold it and it's inside the collar.
Yeah.
And then that can double as like just a day jacket. And then when it rains, you have a hoodie and it's a raincoat. Right. So I think you're right with being intentional and packing things that are multi-purpose. And at the same time, if you do have an extra a piece of clothing, that it's really functional. Instead of just like at the end of the trip, I realized because I've been traveling a lot, there are some clothes that I don't use. I mean, like I plan for like, okay, day 1 to day 5. Yes, I'm guilty about that. But all my clothes are very lightweight. They are wash and wear. I don't like ironing. as much as possible. So they're just like wash and wear. But I realized that after so many trips, there's so many clothes that I don't use. And I could have saved up on space. So yes, this is very essential. And I am learning a lot as well.
Yeah, one of the clothing items that I've read that is very useful, especially when you're going to like a tropical getaway, is a sarong. Because you can use it. Yeah, a scarf. Because you can use it in many ways. Like you can use it to cover your face if it's too sunny, so you don't have to wear. You don't have to bring too many hats, or you can wear it as a cover up if it gets too chilly. You know, you can wear it as a scarf when you go for dinner at night, so you're not too cold.
Or even a plane, because it's cold. So if you have a sarong or a scarf that's multi-purpose, you can use it on the plane like as a blanket. I get cold easily, so I use like my sarong or my as a blanket.
Not allowed on your plane.
Yes.
On your seat.
All right, and I think now is the time for our Let's Catch Up. Let's catch up.
Welcome to Let's Catch Up. At 6:30 p.m. sharp or 2:30 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, we'll be opening the lines for you to give your live shout-outs to your friends and family. Interested in joining? Drop us an email at letscatchupnz@gmail.com. That will be flashed right now on our screen. So, if you please email us, just send us your name and contact information and we'll reach out to you. Tonight we have our lovely brethren from the North and South Island region of New Zealand. Hello po, Sister Rosby.
Kaya Sister Fiamor and Sister Aisha at sa lahat po na ating mga kapatid dyan sa buong mundo. Thank you po for watching INCRadio New Zealand.
Hello po, Sister Rosby. Do you have anyone you want to greet? And also, do you have any travel tips for our viewers tonight po?
Yes po, sa aking pinakapaboritong kapatid dahil nag-iisa lang po siya, si Brother Rodolfo Hernandez III ng lokal ng Palanan, District ng Makati. Thank you for watching, brother. Enjoy. I miss you so much. Love you, Mama. Chup chup. And of course, thank you. Thank you po Sister Fiamor and Sister Aisha. Napakaganda po ng mga tips niyo, travel tips. And same as Sister Aisha, as we travel every year, we've been here in New Zealand for about 13 years now. So every year we learn our lesson. And yes, of course, we have our essential. My essential is hindi mawawala yung face mask. Kasi as we move to other country, nagda-dry yung ating skin. Tapos pag nag-holiday, of course yung holiday mode, naglalakad ka ng mahaba, yung mahabang oras mo pamamasyal. So kailangan natin mag-relax yung ating face. So I always have my face mask. Tapos po yung aking essential tips, usually po we go from New Zealand to Philippines to visit our families. So we will bring our clothes for that week. But then we will leave it with our family stock. Of course po, dahil mag-shopping ka na doon bago po mag-travel again to another country. So mamimili ka po ng mga pasalubong. Sabi nga po ni Sister Fiamor, we always have po, make sure na we have space in our carry-on. And we learn our lesson po doon sa mga liquid and solid. So we don't really, as much as possible, we don't bring back like liquid things when we travel or we put it in our carry-on. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Rosie. Those are really good tips po. But I've never tried like leaving my clothes with my family because they don't fit. But yeah, I'll consider that next time po. Thank you so much po for your tip. And now let's have Sister Leila Rivera. Hello po, Sister.
Hi po, Sister, and hello to all the brethren around the world. I am Sister Leila Rivera from the local congregation of Christchurch East Po.
How's the weather looking there, Sister Leila?
It's very bipolar po. It starts off very hot, then it ends like to be very cold po.
Yes, that's definitely spring weather now, Sister Leila, and we hope that you're keeping okay with this different multiple weather throughout just one day. Sister Fairmore. Anyway, thanks for joining
four
us
seasons
tonight.
in a day.
Yeah, 4 seasons in a day. That's where we're at right now.
So, Sister Leila, can you give us some of your travel tips?
My travel tips that I would recommend is to bring what you really need po. We usually get very hyped up when we get the news of going on a vacation or traveling, which lead us to excitement, making us overpack, which is totally normal po. An advice I would give to the people who like and will be traveling soon is to think about the important stuff you'll need, such as chargers, toiletries, and a few clothes. And the very most important thing po is church attire as well. Going on vacation means finding interesting stuffs that you would want to buy. But of course, with the amount of stuffs you've packed, you would not be able to buy the things that you want, which maybe sometimes will leave you to pay extra to add on a luggage weight, which can be very expensive both.
Yeah, that's right, Sister Leila. That has not happened to me yet, thankfully. But sometimes if I see something at a place and it's like, oh, I want to buy this, but then again, I look at how much space I have in my luggage and, of course, my budget. So I just end up not buying, which is also a good tip, like money saving tip.
For me, actually, I have a lot of space because actually, if I pay for my children's what do you call ticket, they're supposed to have like a proper full luggage. So I like if I check in, I'm checking in as a group. Yeah, malaki yung ano ko, yung
allocation.
Payment allocation. But the thing is, like, I don't want to bring all those kgs because it's too tiring to bring all those kgs. And also, like what Sister Leila has mentioned, usually for me, it's not clothes that I like buying from the place where I travel to. Usually food. Like, South Island, you have like this yummy chocolates and coffee and other yummy goodies that you can only buy from there. So I really like buying like pasalubong or stuff that I can bring back home, but usually food.
Yeah, same food. I also bring a lot of food from where I come from, and a lot of my friends would also give me food to bring back home. So it's like I give them food and then they give me food, and
It's a barter.
It is. I share it with my office mates and some of my friends as well. So it's a win-win situation.
But thanks, Sister Leila, for your lovely tip. And thank you for joining us tonight. But you haven't done your greeting, Sister Leila.
Sister Leila, you're still there?
Welcome back to Sister Leila in a minute. But let's call in Brother Joel Rivera. Hello, Brother Joel. Thanks for joining tonight.
Brother Joel.
Hello. Rinig niyo po ba ako?
Hello,
yes,
brother.
You have a bit of an echo, but yes, please greet your loved ones here on Let's Catch Up.
Opo, binabati ko lang po yung aking mga magulang. Mula po dyan sa Cubao, Quezon City, at Jocelyn Rivera. Ingat po kayo dyan at medyo masama panahon po dyan sa Pilipinas. Yan po, talaga nakakatuwa naman pakinggan yung mga kasama natin, ang uhusay, mga tip nila. Wala na akong masabi. Talaga, ang isa lang po masasabi ko po, sa panahon po ng ating mga paglalakbay, bakasyon, manalangin muna po tayo bago maglalakbay. Yan lang po. Thank you po.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Joel, for your tip. That is the most important tip, actually. Oh, Sister Leila is back. Hello, Sister Leila. Who do you want to greet here on Let's Catch Up?
I would like to greet my family po and our resident minister, Brother Arnel Del Rosario, alongside with his family po.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Leila.
Yes, Sister Fairmore, I think we're ready to wrap up Let's Catch Up. So thank you so much for again, Sister Rosie, Sister Leila, and Brother Joel for joining us for tonight. And that has been our Let's Catch Up.
Let's catch up.
pastors, ministerial workers, and volunteer workers from the Christian Family Organizations Office humbly come together to express our deepest respect, love, and gratitude on your 15th anniversary of leading the church.
Under your loving care po, we have been strengthened in our faith, guided in our duties, and united in our mission. We promise Ka Eduardo po to remain steadfast and loyal, continuing to uphold the teachings you taught us.
May our Almighty God bless and protect you and your entire household always po. Thank you po for everything you do for the church.
INCRadio DZEM 954. Te korero whakapono, ko te reo irirangi o te hahi, ka raiti whare karakia.
Welcome back, and you're still tuning in to INC Radio New Zealand Satellite Studio. Tonight, we're sharing with you our first, or the new improved, under the new and improved INC Radio New Zealand Satellite Studio, our new segment called Captured by You. This segment will celebrate the shared journeys and activities of our brethren around our ecclesiastical district, and this also offers a glimpse into the beautiful and dynamic environment that New Zealand has to offer. So we're excited to share the beauty of Aotearoa with you as seen through the eyes of our brethren in the district. Watch this.
Yes, beautiful Aotearoa, Sister Feo Moore. Beautiful pictures. Special mention to Brother Alfredo Baradi and Brother James and Sister Eldenise for sharing those photos of South Island with us.
Yes, they're really pretty, and some of the scenes as well are also in the North Island, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they just look similar because of the snow. But yeah, they're really pretty. I see a lot of images from Queenstown, from Wanaka, which I still have to visit, hopefully soon. But yeah, amazing. So please keep your photos coming. Keep on sharing your photos here on INC Radio New Zealand Satellite Studio, and we'll show them in our next episodes.
That's right, Sister Fairmore. Now, and as part of our broadcast, is a very special greeting for our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, from the local congregation of the District of New Zealand North for his 15 years of dynamic leadership. So please watch this.
On behalf of all the brethren in the Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
from the local of Hastings, District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Mount Calstan, Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Auckland, Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
the brethren from the local congregation of Wellington,
from all the brethren here in the local congregation of Nuku Alokatonga, Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Hutt Valley, Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Silverdale, District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Massey, Ecclesiastical District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Manukau, District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Whangarei, District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Papakura, District of New Zealand North,
from the local congregation of Hamilton,
the brethren from the local congregation of Waikanai,
we extend our heartfelt greetings to our dearly beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for his 15th year of victorious administration and great stewardship filled with genuine love and concern for the entire Church of Christ. Glory be unto God. Happy 15th anniversary po.
We love you so much more.
Happy 15 years of dynamic leadership to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much po for taking care of the whole church. We love you so much po.
That's right, Sister Fair. We love you so much po, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo.
All right, on this juncture, we will have the continuation of the Acappella competition, and we're going to listen to our brethren from the local congregations of Invercargill and Invercargill South with Malapit Na, Malapit Na. Watch this. amazing. That was a great performance from our brethren.
This is really amazing, Sister Fayor.
Yes. They are hitting all the high notes and really, really good.
And you can, and if you can see, there's only a few numbers of them from the Invercargill, and to be able to bring out such a powerful performance, that is really amazing.
Yes, to be able to project their voices. So really well done, brethren. Well done. So to wrap up our episode for tonight, which is so jam-packed, as what Sister Aisha mentioned earlier, we had our travel tips for traveling light and traveling light, which were shared not only by Sister Trixie and also by our brethren who joined us in our Let's Catch Up, Sister Rosvi, Sister Layla, and Brother Joel. And of course, the tips from Sister Aisha, which I'm actually taking note. So thank you so much for all your tips. And I hope our viewers, have also taken note of all these wonderful tidbits from our episode tonight. Also, tonight we had the first edition of our Captured by You, where we showed you the amazing photos that our brethren took of the South Island of New Zealand. And of course, we just had our Acappella competition entry. So thank you so much to our brethren who also joined us tonight.
Yes, that's right, Sister Fairmore. And at this point, we would like to thank our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for his unwavering love and care to all the brethren around the world. And again, congratulations for your 15 years of dynamic leadership. And we'd also like to thank Brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, our Christian Family Organization overall coordinator. Thank you so much, Paul, for getting us INCRadio New Zealand Satellite Studio. Of course, we'd like to thank our guests for tonight during our Let's Catch Up, Sister Layla Rivera, Sister Rosby Baruelo, and Brother Joel Rivera. And I'd like to thank Sister Trixie as well for putting an effort to give us her 5 essential tips for our topic for tonight.
Yes, that's right, Sister Aisha. And a huge thank you to our dedicated staff in the ecclesiastical districts of New Zealand North and New Zealand South for their constant support for INCRadio New Zealand Satellite Studio. Also, a special thanks to the hardworking members of the Multimedia Bureau and behind-the-scenes crew. Aside from that, also, we'd like to thank our INCRadio family and INCRadio Main Tech. Thank you so much to our viewers and listeners who tuned in tonight. So please keep on watching, liking, and sharing our INCRadio New Zealand Satellite Studio link on YouTube, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. So our topic next week is your favorite life quote. So, brethren, you have 1 week to think about this, and please make sure to join us next week. Up next is INCRadio Australia. Thanks, everyone. This is INCRadio New Zealand Satellite Studio signing off for the week, and have a great week. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Kakite.
Inaakay ang mga kapatid sa tapat na paglilingkod sa Panginoon Diyos. Pinangungunahan ang Iglesia sa katampatang pagsamba, pananalangin, at matatag na pagkakaisa.
Inalalakas ang loob ng mga kapatid sa gitna ng pagsubok at ng mga kahirapan.
Hinihimok ang mga kaanib na mamuhay ng nararapat sa paningin ng Diyos.
Pinauunlad ang buhay espiritual ng mga kapatid.
Pinalalakas ang loob ng mga kapatid kahit sa gitna ng pagsubok at kahirapan.
Leader sa bayan ng Diyos at tanglaw sa ating